10 days of activism against gender-based violence has come and gone, but that does not mean that the awareness has ended. Every day, every hour, we continue to strive to prevent abuse that is perpetrated towards children and women. This is Crime Watch, a program brought to you by the Zimbabwe Public Police. I am your host, Onesisa Sivanda. COVID-19 is not yet gone, and we continue advising members of the public to continuously and religiously follow all the regulations that are meant to stop the spread of the virus. Continuous wearing of masks, washing of hands, and social distancing are key in the fight against this deadly disease. As the schools have closed, parents are advised to always monitor their children and continuously teach them about the virus and how they can protect themselves even when playing with their peers. The Zimbabwe Public Police also calls for parents and guardians to closely monitor their children, especially during this rainy season. Recently, in Nyatsime, Chitungwiza, a 2-year-old girl drowned in an open septic tank after she was left playing alone in the yard. In Bulawayo, a 12-year-old boy went for swimming at Cement Dam, Furbridge, in the company of his friends. He subsequently drowned after failing to swim. Moving on to arrests across the country. Ever since the emergence of small mines in and around Guruve district in Mashonaland Central Province, there has been a number of cases of robbery targeting these miners. However, police in Guruve have accounted for some of these robbers.
These miners, be they legal or illegal, are targets of robbers. Recently, we had a case of robbery in which 150 kilograms of carbon were stolen at Nilco mine. We managed to arrest the perpetrators and recovered all the stolen property. As CID, we are encouraging miners to legalize their operations and to beef up security at their places of residence as well as at their mines. And I'm also encouraging them to be part and parcel of our crime consultative committees so that we work together and eradicate this problem of robbers that is emerging in our area of Guruwe.
We also spoke to some miners who narrated their challenges and urged fellow business persons to work with the police.
Tine problems atinosangana nawo mushando kwatinoita, like pane recent occasion yakaitika kwakauya marobas kumaini vakakwadza munhu vakamutyora gumbo nebolt cutter. Ndobva tamuka tafonerwa, ndobva tamhanya ikoko kubasa ndokuona chokwadi ndozvaitika. Hapana kuita 10 minutes takanga takucharge office. Akasike kutanga kubiwa, vakomana ava vanga vatonetsa chaizvo. Takakwanisa kubatsirwa nepolisi, takakwanisa kurecover zvedu kuti vabata.
Vavengi kana mbavha dzinenge dzine mainterest one pano vanoteveredza inini pese pandinofamba vaona kuti vangakwanise kundibvutira sei zvandinazvo. Even nemhuri kumba ndinenge ndiri kuityira kuti dzimwe dzenguva inogona kungosvikirwa. Nyangwe zvazvo ndichisangana nenjodzi dzimwe dzandakambosangana nadzo mumashure kuti pane pandakamborobhewa ndakakidnapwa ndikazonorasirwa kuarea yemvurwi. Saka ndinongoda kutenda kulocal police, ndiri kungoona rutsigiro rwavo rwemashoko even neaction yavo chaiyo kana ndikange ndasangana nezvinorema kana ndikange ndavingwa nembavha. Ndo vanhu vari pedyo vari kukwanisa kuya kuzoshandisa zvavakadzidzira kuti vatinunure.
Still in Guruve, CID Minerals Flora and Fauna Unit arrested 2 accused persons in Mushumbi pools for possession of ivory. A rifle which was used to kill the elephants was also recovered. Let us hear more.
We received information to the effect that someone at Ganja village, Chief Tsungo Mbire, was in possession of ivory. I teamed up with my colleagues and proceeded to the area where we managed to arrest Bavalo Mashisha and Job Nkombre. We then managed to recover 10 pieces of ivory weighing 21 kgs valued at 4,000 United States dollars. We also recovered 303 rifle and 2 live rounds
The officer commanding Guruvek district attributed some of the success to the community.
I would like to thank members of the public who provide us with information for which have enabled us to make a number of arrests on poachers, armed robbers, smugglers, cattle rustlers, and other crimes in general.
On that note, we take a short break. Join us in the second segment. Welcome back. In Mashonaland West Province, CID Chekutu accounted for a man who was involved in multiple cases of unlawful entry and theft. His arrest led to the recovery of various household goods.
In our area of policing, we have been experiencing some unlawful entry in which business communities are targeted by criminals. We managed to get information which led to the arrest of one accused person who led police officers to the recovery of a number of stolen property. The accused person who was arrested was taken to Chekutu Magistrates Court, where he is pending trial. The arrested criminal has since cleared 7 cases of unlawful entry and theft from business premises.
In other news, the Zimbabwe Republic Police took part in an operation codenamed Operation Basadi, which occurs simultaneously in SADC countries, meant to fish out perpetrators of gender-based violence. The Zimbabwe Republic Police Women Network chairperson, Commissioner Priscilla Makotose, sheds more light on this operation.
We are joining the rest of the world and indeed the SADC region to fund, respond, prevent and collect on matters related to gender-based violence. And it is saddening to note that we continue to have this menace in our homes, in our communities, and indeed in our country. And it is our plea that we should all play our parts so that we can eradicate this menace. I also wish to acknowledge members of the Zimbabwe Republic Police Women Network for spearheading the Operation Basadi. This is a regional operation that is conducted throughout SADC to coincide with the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. And currently we have our teams on the ground where we just join each other to increase our efforts in detecting, in preventing, in awareness campaigns, and in efforts to arrest perpetrators of gender-based violence and indeed sexual offenses.
Meanwhile, the SAPCO Center of Excellence hosted its 2020 virtual graduation ceremony at Interpol Sub-Regional Bureau in Harare. The SAPCO chairperson, who is the Botswana Police Service Commissioner, Kiabetswe Mahope, officiated at the event.
I must say I'm exceedingly happy to officiate at this auspicious occasion, the 2020 SAPCO Center of Excellence blended virtual graduation ceremony. Today, we stand victorious, celebrating a lifetime achievement for the graduates, our Center of Excellence, and the SAPCO as a regional police body. It is very important that we continue to improve our products, services, and processes. I want to take this opportunity to thank all the SADC chiefs of police for discharging their mandate. Their mandate being to empower officers with knowledge and skills. And I want to say to you, graduates, this morning, that your leaders have done their part. The honors lies with you to make sure that you put into practice what you've learned. May I finally take this opportunity to extend my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has made this day a success. and once again cheer the graduates for a job well done.
Moving on to traffic issues. The Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe launched its 2020 festive season awareness campaign in conjunction with ZINARA and the Zimbabwe Public Police. The Minister of Transport and Infrastructural Development, Honorable Joel Biggie Matiza, officiated at the event.
This time of the year is marked by a huge and sudden increase in vehicular and pedestrian traffic on our roads. Schools are closing and most companies are going on annual shutdown. This situation is worsened by our citizens in the diaspora who will be returning home for the festive season. This period is usually associated with road carnages, hence the ministry, its agencies, departments, and other transport stakeholders are meeting to strategize the way forward. It is against this background that we are officially gathered here to launch the 2020 Combined Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe Republic Police, ZINARA awareness campaigns under the theme Eradicate Human Error. The newly established joint efforts by ZINARA and key safety organizations such as the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe and the ZRP during the festive season is very critical in trying to eradicate human error in road accident collisions. Well done for such an initiative. On that note, I declare the 2020 festive season awareness campaigns officially launched. Go out and educate them. Let us eradicate human error. Road safety is everyone's responsibility.
Also present was the Minister of Home Affairs and Cultural Heritage, Honorable Kazembe Kazembe, who urged the motoring public to observe the road rules and regulations as well as the COVID-19 regulations.
As a nation, we cannot afford to continue losing precious lives through carnage on our roads. Remember, every life lost is one too many. In this regard, may I unequivocally state that the Zimbabwe Public Police, as the practice and tradition, will be out in full force, conducting patrols and roadblocks this festive season. However, each and every one of us has a role to play to ensure that sanity prevails on our roads. For this reason, let us all abide by the road traffic regulations. Let us drive safely, let's avoid speeding, overloading, and driving. Let's also avoid driving unroadworthy vehicles. On the same note, as we enjoy our festive season, may we all remember that we are not out of the woods yet, but rather we are currently grappling with the second wave of the COVID-19 virus. The Zimbabwe Public Police shall heighten enforcement of COVID-19 guidelines and regulations with a view to ensuring that people abide by said guidelines, including the correct wearing of face masks, practicing social distancing, and indeed sanitization.
We're in the third and final segment of Crime Watch. We kick off this segment by taking a look at security issues. Let us hear more from a local security company.
I will share with you some processes and ways to keep you safe from unforeseen dangers, threats, or risks. Some processes you need to keep in mind and diligently follow are: stay up to date. Stay up to date with what is happening in your environment. Read security alerts, read updates from security companies, be part of your residents association update groups, be in tune with what is going on around you, whatever and wherever you are, whether you are driving home, whether you are in the house or at work. Educate your family members and your work colleagues on the same. Be proactive. Do a security audit of your home and business premises and improve your security before they strike. Security service providers can assist in carrying out risk assessments and recommend mitigation measures. Be restrictive. Access control is all about making it difficult for anyone to get to you. Put more barriers like electric fences, an outside alarm linked to a 24-hour control room for monitoring, manned security guards or dogs, and with dogs do certainly help. The more barriers people have to cross to get to you, the less likely they would. You don't want to be a statistic, including your own family members. Identify weaknesses. Every individual corporate body should always note the weaknesses in their home or in their organization and work hard to solve them. Weaknesses such as bad locks, bad doors, or even a fault bulb could be an incentive for opportunistic theft and thus can easily attract burglars. Pretend to be a burglar yourself in your own home and identify all your own loopholes because you don't want to be in a bad situation. Always remember, security begins with you.
Moving on, the Commissioner General of Police, Thandabantu Godwin Matanga, has promoted junior and senior officers from ranks of superintendents to commissioners. They were conferred with their new badges of ranks recently.
Allow me to take this opportunity to congratulate the newly promoted officers for the hard work which culminated in them excelling in the 2020 promotion exercise. In recognition of good work, I am exceedingly honored to confer new badges of rank to 7 commissioners, 19 assistant commissioners, 48 chief superintendents, and 168 superintendents who were recently promoted. The number of officers recently promoted may appear colossal, but like in any organization, vacancies arise from time to time due to retirements, natural attrition, and death, among others.
We say congratulations to all those who were promoted. Meanwhile, the Zimbabwe Republic Police, in conjunction with the National University of Science and Technology and United Nations Women, hosted a training conference meant to equip police officers with leadership skills. One of the coordinators from NAST had this to say.
The reason why we have decided to mount this workshop is solely because NAST is a research-intensive university. Therefore, we have decided to call members of the police, in particular the National Committee of Women Network, to draw lessons from research-based evidence. As you might know, that policing is at crossroads. As such, there are quite a number of shifting demands in terms of service delivery. And the best way of assisting in building competencies, skills, knowledge, and practice is to inculcate police-based evidence practices.
The course participants also shared what they learned.
It is really a fruitful and very educative workshop which has made us as women better persons. We have done so many subjects like leadership, particularly which was molding us as women police officers to be self-confident, to be consistent in whatever we do, and also to make sure that we work very hard towards achieving our goals.
There was an interesting subject which I learned here at the conference, which is about personal mastery. It's a subject which speaks about assessing or reviewing yourself. You should be a leader who is accommodative, or who listens to his subordinates, who's also in a position to give clear instructions, and who is also willing to be responsible to whatever action which is taken by his or her subordinates.
The official closing of the workshop took place at the ZRP Golf Club, where a prize-giving ceremony to award hard-working and outstanding female police officers was conducted. The guest of honor was Deputy Commissioner General responsible for crime, Deputy Commissioner General Mind Ngirandi.
I am delighted to join you on this auspicious occasion of the closing ceremony of the Zimbabwe Public Police Women Network Training Conference, running under the theme Personal Mastery, Unlocking Empowerment Opportunities for Effective Policing. Ladies and gentlemen, as an organization, we recognize the apparent fact that for the Zimbabwe Public Police to continue standing among truly modern police organizations in the world, women should be highly represented across all levels of decision making. The organization seeks to afford women the opportunity to contribute to various mainstreaming endeavors aimed at embedding and enhancing gender equality across all spheres of policy. It is therefore prudent that the ZRP, through such conferences, takes part in the fulfillment of this important cause. Let me therefore implore all participants to cascade the knowledge acquired during this conference to their peers and subordinates in their respective provinces.
Before we come to the end of this week's episode, we would like to highlight some people who are on the police wanted list. In Matabeleland North Province, ZRP in Suza is looking for Mandla Ncube, aged 19, of Village 2C, Dundubala in Suza, for a case of assault. ZRP Renko is looking for Jobek Mupesi of Tazwi Village, Chief Chingoma, Mberengwa, for a case of theft. Lastly, Ngobani Mapena, aged 26, of house number 13632, Nkulumane, Bulawayo, is wanted by Nkulumane police for a case of rape. Anyone with information that may help in the location of any of these people should contact any nearest police station or get in touch with us on the following details. Our National Complaints Desk number is 0242 703 631. Visit us on our website www.zrp.gov.zw. Link with us on our email feedback@zrp.gov.zw. You can also get in touch through our Twitter handle @PoliceZimbabwe or like us on Facebook page Zimbabwe Republic Police. Be reminded that all Crime Watch episodes are accessible on YouTube channel Zimbabwe Republic Police. It has been a pleasure having you along. As we celebrate Christmas, let us not forget its true meaning, the birth of Jesus Christ, a gift from God that brought salvation to mankind. Let us also continue observing COVID-19 regulations. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.